Alright, let's see. Mic test. Check, check. Okay, looks like we're coming through good. Anyways, hey everybody, Phoenix Destiny here again with my second stream for Need for Speed Payback, and let's go ahead and get started. Now, if I remember correctly, last time I left off with the stream, I was basically about to pick out my new ride that I'm going to be taking on the story with. Thing of it is, this should be interesting. Because I feel like since they removed the limits for this game, and by limits I mean pretty much as they bumped up all cars levels to 399 max, this is basically going to be interesting, because no matter what car I pick, it can be fully upgraded. So this point is going to be more about personal taste and early game stats. That being said, I did promise bios before. And while I can't do fancy bios like Chugga Conroy, I figure, you know, simple bios should be just as good.
This is the dumbest plan I ever heard. I left the game because of crap like this.
The best crew in town always gets a racer in the rush. So all we have to do is beat all the Silver Rock street leagues and I'm in. Mac will handle the off-road and drift. I'll do the rest.
What about the house? They control every dirty deal in town.
Well, that's where you come in. They'll have a bulletproof setup. Talk to your underworld contacts, figure out what it is, then we take it out.
So, win the race, watch the house burn while we count our piles of cash.
Simple.
Fame, fortune. Leah Navarro getting what she deserves. You idiots are gonna get yourselves killed without me. Guess I'm in.
Yes!
Rav? You know we can't pull this off without our master engineer.
You're so full of it. If you're that desperate, I'm in as well, and you can use my garage, but there are a few conditions. First...
Whoa! The crew's back together, baby!
Serenity, no. Either of you fools even have a car?
Oh, I
staked
sort of
it on
lost
that bet.
mine. It's
It was a
a
sure
long
thing.
story.
Seriously? There are cars in the back. Clients who never paid. I'm surrounded by...
Okay, so now that that little witty banner is over, now
Good old
let's go check out our
87
rides.
Buick GNX. Now there's a badass car. This one can still pull a 6-second 0 to 60 after 30 years.
Okay,
The Mach 1 Golf GTI, the car that launched the hot hatch trend, is still an ass kicker to this day. The S2000 Honda's homage to the roadsters of the 60s. Push that VTEC engine to 9,000 RPM to see what she can really do.
and with that we have the introduction to our three cars we're going to be able to use. Now, we got the GNX Buick, the Volkswagen Golf GTI, not the modern one, and the 2009 S2000. So essentially we got a classic, an antique, and a modern. Now, bio-wise, pretty much this is how it's going to go if you're new to the game. Horsepower is basically how much power your car has. Top speed is what your top speed is going to be. 0 to 60 is pretty much going to determine how fast your car goes off the starting line. Quarter mile pretty much is associated with how fast you reach your top speed. Nitrous is self-explanatory. Airtime and landing, the better that stat is, the higher you'll be able to jump and the better control you'll have upon landing. And brakes is self-explanatory. Now then, in terms of power, the S2000 actually has this... Well, it's actually got the second strongest horsepower. The Buick's got the most. But in terms of top speed, though, however, the Honda has the highest top speed. Now, as far as a quarter mile, all these cars are about the same level, so it doesn't matter which one you pick. I mean, I guess the Buick's slightly faster for... Not the quarter mile, but the 0 to 60. The Buick's slightly faster for the quarter to 60. While the S2000's the slowest. Nitrostat isn't really going to change. Airtime and landing, well, the Honda's basically got the best airtime, while the Buick can handle landings pretty well, and the Golf GTI can handle it the best. Now, in terms of brake power, S2000's got the best one. Well, actually... Okay, so the GNX and the S2000 more or less is tied for brake power. Now, I gave this a lot of thought between the GNX, the Golf GTI, and the Honda S2000, but I decided to do something a little unique. For this gameplay, what I want to do is the car that I pick for every single one of the race types, I want to stick with the entire game. That being said, though, there are a few exceptions, like there's a DLC that I'm not going to be able to use my starter car for, and I do want to show gameplay of that, but I'll do that after the main game. So, that being said, S2000, Golf GTI, GNX, of these three, I'm going to go with the GNX. Because the thing of it is, I've always been a fan of this car ever since I've been a child. Because the thing is, people I used to live with in my hometown, they had a GNX.
Good choice. Nothing compared to my rides, but it'll do.
I thought all you did was tune them up.
All right, you just earned yourself an ass-kicking. How'd you like that 0 to 60?
Not bad. Let's see if it's enough to keep you in
That
the
0
lead.
to 60 was okay, but let's be real here. The GNX has got the fastest acceleration of the three cars, so it should do really good. Besides, another personal reason I have for doing this, let's be real. Like I said, I've played Payback, I know how this ends. It is going to be satisfying
Come on, Tyler,
beating the
race
final
me.
car
This ain't
with
valet
this
parking.
thing. Because, I mean, hey, the GNX, good old-fashioned American
What are
engineering.
you doing out there?
That was the deal. Work for the gambler or go to jail.
What's changed now?
He had plans for me, but I convinced him mine were better. So here we are.
Tyler, you know I'm done with that life. We had a good run, but I'm a mechanic. I've got a good thing going out here.
She double-crossed us, Raph. You don't want to see her stopped?
Man, I'd still give anything to see what's under the hood of that Koenigsegg. But I'm done being angry. I found my peace.
Well, I'm happy for you, I guess.
Anyways, so this race is extremely straightforward.
You're
And I
not
don't
holding
really
back,
have
are
much-
you? Please don't hold back.
I really don't have much to talk about at the moment, but yeah. The GNX is a solid car.
You realize this won't end with Navarro, right? You know who she works for, what she represents. No one has ever gone up against the house and won. You know that.
First time for everything.
That's right, darn straight. First time for everything. And plus, in terms of
Guess
car
it's
design,
back to the
the
garage
GNX
for you.
has got a cool design. I mean, it's
Skill always wins over raw power.
it's a classic. It's a classic. Anyways, so after you win a race, you get speed cards. Now, in my personal opinion, it doesn't matter which one you pick, they're all random, so I just always go for the middle one. Now, a little bit more explanation about the cards. You have 6 different types of parts you can equip to your vehicle, and you also have perks on your cards. Like, as you see here, this is a level 4 car, which automatically bumps my car's performance up, but in addition, I have a speed perk and I have a nitrous perk, meaning I'm going to have better horsepower, top speed, and higher nitrous level. Oh, and just
Hey,
for
Mac,
a little bit of
where'd you two disappear to?
trivia,
Raph didn't have what I needed. We're
Hold
off to
on.
the dealership to find me some off-road wheels.
Word.
Oh, yeah.
You good for this? I can lend you some money.
Nah, sis, I'm good. I pulled out my savings.
Okay, so pretty much we got our first car with him. Now we're getting our first off-roader. And dealerships, pretty much it says here, different build types, race, drift, off-road, drag, and runner. Technically, there's a 5th one if you have the DLC... Well, I mean a 6th one if you have a certain DLC. What that DLC is, I'm not going to spoil it just yet. Now, off-road is pretty much... You're going to be off-roading pretty much on a lot of dirt.
Which one are you going for, Mac?
Now...
The WRX STI, my hot hatch of choice for a bounce around the scenery. Great grip and handling. But my ass is gonna remember every bump. The Land Rover 110, whew! They haven't changed this shape for decades, and for good reason. This thing can take some serious punishment.
Now, the thing of it is, when it comes to these two cars... Let's see, this is a little interesting. Level-wise, they're around the same level. Let's see. The Subaru's got the weaker horsepower. It's got the higher top speed. But it looks like, acceleration-wise, they're around the same. The only difference is the Subaru reaches its top speed a little faster. But the Land Rover does have a little bit more nitrous. Airtime, though, the Subaru can jump a little higher, but the Rover's got better control when it lands. And in terms of brake power, honestly, I'll be blunt, brake power is almost irrelevant on off-road just because of the physics. So, between the two, it's essentially, do I want to go for control, or do I want to go for speed? Answer, speed. Let's be honest, it's speed. And I'll just say this, I never was that much of a fan of the Range Rover. Subarus I've always been a fan of.
Looks like I can walk faster than that thing.
Ouch! It's okay, baby. She didn't mean it. Now, I have to kick your ass. Race to the airfield?
Yeah, the thing of it is, this race is going to be a joke. Like, it starts off slow, but don't worry, I'll catch up. Because the thing of it is, Jess is using a runner. Runners are really not built for racing.
You take the streets, I'll take off-road. See you slow then.
And here we go, we're doing some off-roading.
Why are you really doing this, Mac?
What do you mean? We get a mega payoff and get to kick Navarro's ass. What's not to like?
I know you, Mac. It's not that simple. Ty's on a personal crusade, but that's not you.
Straight talk, Jess. After we split, I had nothing. Doing odd jobs for cash. And sometimes, that meant the house.
We took a gamble and lost. You did what you had to do.
Coming to America's been one big wager. Besides, it's not gambling if you know you're gonna win. You got your own thing, Jess. You don't need us. Why are you in?
Someone's got to watch out for Ty. Taking on the street leads to get into an impossible race? He's angry and fixated on Navarro, and he's going to meet us.
So you think we got a chance?
After it all went down, we didn't hear from him for 6 months. If he's back, he believes he can win. And I'm not letting a brother go to war alone.
Ha! I knew it. You missed us.
Look, Mac, I'll support you guys as long as you're not idiots. I'm in it for you two, not the thrills.
I know you, Jess. You won't be able to help yourself. Ah, yeah.
And... well, I completed the event. I don't know if I got it first, but whatever. Oh, and not to mention, this is something different. This is something different. Well, okay, first off, you can... it says here you can either equip your speed card, you can trade it in for another card, or either you can trade it in for a card part, you can send it to the garage, or you can sell it for some cash. Now, because it's a tutorial, still, I have to send it to the garage.
I'll admit, I didn't think you could pull it off.
Ha! You don't win anything by playing safe.
Point taken, but I'll stick to the roads, thank you very much.
And like that, she disappears mysteriously.
Hey, Rav, what's up?
Nice ride you got there, Mac. Why don't you bring her around to the garage?
Be right there.
Anyways, just gotta go back to the garage. Oh, and I unlocked side skirts customization. Like, you do various things in this game, you can unlock different parts to customize.
I've cleared up this space for you three. Feel free to leave your cars here, tune them up, paint them, work on your style. Why don't you try a bit of upgrading first? See if you can get some extra performance out of those cars. I have a few parts lying around the shop. Just put everything back where you found it. Understood?
Yeah, I was going to say, the funniest thing is what he just said actually ties in with what I was going to talk about earlier. Yeah, with the car parts, basically, this game is supposed to be a sequel to Need for Speed 2015. Yeah, the card parts was not a big hit with everybody. Because in Need for Speed 2015, you could easily tune your car because you just pick and go with what parts you needed. But there is a catch-22 to that, though. In that game, money was harder to earn. In this game, money is... You know what? The only way I'm going to put it, look at my current cash. And I'm just going to let that sink in. Anyways, Owen is talking about, like, how I got some bonuses. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Deluxe edition. Oh, yeah. This is actually a little bit of an Easter egg for fans of Need for Speed Underground. You can indeed get Eddie's Skyline in this game. But anyways, since still tutorial, I have to equip my card. So there we go. And now that we've done that, now I can fully explore.
This is where the magic happens. The more you do out there, the more you can get in here to make your ride sing. Style is expression. What do you want to say with your car?
Now, unfortunately, I can't really say much about my car at the moment because since I did start a new game, I'm basically not going to be able to customize much of anything outside of side skirts. So I guess I'll slap on a new side skirt. But past that, I really can't do much of anything. Yeah, like, I literally cannot do much of anything at all with this. Although, I can give this thing a new coat of paint. Or, something that I actually like that they brought back from Need for Speed 2015, rap communities. Because let's be honest, if you're like me and you like using skins, but you're too lazy to do it, this is perfect. Honestly, the Need for Speed community is a very artistic one. I'm just going to say, you have lots of raps that you can go through. And we got an anime one here, Project Toho, apparently. But the thing of it is, I'm not going to go full anime just yet. The thing of it is, I want to try to see if I can find, like, I like this one, honestly. Like, this looks like a proper... This looks like a proper skin for the Subaru, but... If we're being completely honest, I'd rather have it done in black, if I can. So, let's see. And you can see down there, you can see sort of like a little preview image. So that way, if you're just looking for a specific wrap, you can just skim. This one's also good, but I really want one in black. Let's see, if I can't find one in black, I'll take the blue, you know. It ain't that big a deal, but I'm picky. And it... Oh, wait, hold on. I almost completely forgot. I forgot already. You can edit these skins. Like, I forgot about that. I will admit. I forgot about that. So I'm going to get this one, because as far as I remember, nobody made a black version of this. And, oh, you also have 6 different types of paint here. You've got chrome, metallic. Chrome is just basically, you know, typical silver-ish stuff, like it's real shiny. Metallic is more or less your typical alternate paint scheme for cars. Clear coat, I think, is basically something of like a loose mix between metallic and gloss. Gloss basically looks like he got it fresh off the car lot. Hey, you know what? I don't even know why I'm explaining paints. Anyways, save changes. And there we go. Good to go. Oh yeah, and these cars here... Well, I got the Oh yeah, that's my runner. But, yeah, I got the digital... Well, since I got the digital premium version of this game, I got some bonus cars. And I can't sell them for anything. I mean, I'm not hurting for money right now.
Store as many cars as you want here. You can take them out at any time.
But, you know... Anyways, but yeah, see? Pretty much, fans of Need for Speed Underground 1. You got your Skyline. And unfortunately, since I did check the garage, I sort of spoiled a tiny bit on what that DLC is related to, but we'll just ignore that for now. Anyways, let's get out of the garage and go find us some races.
What do you got, Raph? I know of 2 leagues worth your time out here in the desert. This one is a racing league called the Graveyard Shift, led by La Katrina. Bunch of kids with a death wish and a taste for the dramatic. Mac, second league's for you. League 73, an off-road crew led by some bastard named Udo. Lately, they've taken to racing around the airfield and smashing up my prototypes.
Okay, so pretty much this is how it's going to go.
Okay, Mac. First we take on some league races, then we challenge the bosses one-on-one.
Should start earning us the rep we need to enter the Outlaws Rush.
Okay, well, before we get started, a gift from the Need for Speed team. To celebrate the release of Multicolored Underglow, we've awarded you a new vanity item. Check it out in the menu. Yeah, it's Underglow.
Hey, kids. One of my contacts says there's some abandoned cars lying around Fortune Valley. Some kind of house deal gone wrong, maybe. Anyhow, if you find them, why don't you bring them around to the airfield?
Oh, this actually could not have came at a better time.
Time to check out League 73 and challenge them
this
to a
was
race.
something I didn't want to... This was something I didn't know if I was going to get to do, but something I like about this game that makes it stand out from 2015... Eventually, after a certain update, they started adding something called abandoned cars. And right now, apparently there is an abandoned car. Just give me a second to look it up. But I'll explain. Abandoned cars is basically...
Godspeed Racers,
hold on.
This is your curator. The streets whisper of opportunity and danger. 2 nights ago, an unknown racer took first place in the Boomville race. Rumor has it that's not the outcome some people wanted. And a local racer codenamed King Snake ended the night race into the hospital in an ambulance. To the winner, the streets say to you, ride free, ride proud, and check your blind spots.
Damn, these guys don't mess around.
Okay. So, anyways, now that I'm back, I'm actually going to knock this out before I do anything else, because I really do want to get this done. Now, the location of the car, and I guess this is sort of a double whammy since I'm basically showing where you guys is at. It's right here. But it's going to be a little bit of a drive, so... Actually, you know what? I feel like doing this in the GNX. Okay. Actually, I can also show something while I'm at it. Vanity items is pretty much cosmetics you can add to your car. Stuff like nitrous color, tire smoke, underglow, different sounding horns, and even air suspension. Anyways, I'm going to swap a car, and I'm going to swap it with the GNX. Now, this actually doesn't look like a bad body scheme, but this paint, the paint on this car has to be black. Like, I'm sorry, but I do not accept anything less on a GNX other than black. And in case you're wondering, no, I'm not heavily biased towards black on a car. It looks good on some cars. In the case of the Subaru wrap, it's just because I'm a Gran Turismo fan, and back in the day, when I was able to get the Rally Edition car, I more or less always went with the black one instead of the blue one. Now, as far as the GNX goes, well, this is my childhood car, and I am going to get it in the paint that, well, I remember it in, and I have, so yeah. Oh yeah, and pretty much when you're not doing races, everything basically gets you rep. Drifting, destruction of property, speeding.
Got speed racers, this is your curator. Fortune Valley's history is filled with legendary feats of daring and speed, some even dating back to the city's bootlegger days. I have a mission for you racers. Find these spots and beat those records for me. Write your own legend in the annals of the valley. Show me you've got what it takes.
Yeah, I wasn't able to beat that speed trap. Actually, since I'm here... Yeah, you know what? Since I'm here... I'm going to get a quick tune-up. Because I have I have cash to spend. I'm rich.
Trade in part tokens for a chance at that perfect upgrade.
Now, I'm not going to get a little too crazy with this, because me doing this effectively breaks the balance.
This is your curator. Word on the street is we've got some big boys coming to town soon. Fortune Valley has been chosen to host the Speed Cross Series this year. Now, normally your curator wouldn't care about some big sponsored event, but this one involves plenty of crazy skids and an equal amount of mayhem. Sounds good, right? Stay tuned for more.
Anyways. But yeah, so... pretty much the curator just spoiled it big time. Yeah, that DLC that I was talking about, it's a new series of events called Speed Cross. But what it actually entails, thankfully, I can still save that for later, so it's not 100% spoiled. Anyways, yeah, but as I was saying, me doing that, I'm not going to purchase too many parts. Like, I'm going to put it to you like this. Pretty much, those were just initial upgrades. Anything from here on, I'm basically going to earn in races. This is just so I can get over there quicker, because I really do want to show this off. Anyways, so about some thoughts of this game. Like, I like this game, honestly. Well, I like it a lot better than 2015, because 2015, it was perpetually night in this game. And then in that game. In this game, it can be nighttime, but it's also daytime right now. Oh, Lawson Chow, welcome to the stream. Yeah, you have money to spend unlike you in real life. Yeah, I mean, what do you want to do? Now that was some good drifting. Oh goodness, I seem to be coming up on the 30-minute mark already.
Looking down at Silver Rock from here.
Goodness, I did not think this was going to take long. Well, unfortunately, I did say that I was going to show this off, but I'm going to have to cut it off at that point, because I'm not trying to make these videos super long. So, once I get this car and I bring it back, that's pretty much going to be the end of this episode. I will admit, when I get into the races, I'll probably extend it to about 35 minutes at the longest, but that will be it. Because honestly, 15 to 20 minutes just isn't going to cut it for racing. Maybe if I was doing like a Pokemon Let's Play, yes, but for racing, 15 minutes just isn't going to cut it. Anyways, I'm doing pretty good, getting some pretty good distance. Just sliding past everything and bam! Shredded that speed trap. Oh, it looks like I got a speed run. Okay, speed runs, try to keep your speed up as much as possible. And there we go. It seems I've completed a daily challenge. Okay. Now, a multitude happening right now. So, first off, if you find gas stations, you can unlock fast travel points. Second thing is, in shipments, whenever you do challenges, you get shipments, which is basically loot crates.
From vanity items to part tokens to bank. Keep playing those odds.
Pretty much, this is how it works. Opening this crate, I got a horn, but I'm going to sell that. I get money, and I get part tokens. Bank, tokens, sell. And if you drive through gas stations, complete heal. Now, as far as that thing I wanted to show,
There you are.
Here it is. Abandoned cars, and from the looks of it, I believe this is I want to say that this is a S15. Okay, so now I have to get away from the cops, because apparently they care about me taking somebody's abandoned car.
Subject is heading northbound through Mount Providence.
1 out of 13. We provide information on the subject's vehicle.
Looks like a Nissan Silvia.
All units
Yep,
advised,
I was
1
right,
out
it
of
is an
13
S15. Thank you so much for that, cops. Now, die!
Out of my way! And you're down!
Well, I did tell you to die, and you did, so good job. Thing is, one thing I would have to say about abandoned cars is that you have to be careful because they don't immediately show what type of build they are. So, the reason why that would matter, I'll put it to you like this: drift builds do not make for fighting cops. And this is, this car is actually related with a group we'll see, and that guy is definitely dead. This car is actually related with a group of racers we'll see later on in the game, called Noise Bomb.
What is your location of travel now?
Noise Bomb is basically known for drifting, so as far as I know, this car is a drift build. And I think it is with how easily I'm sliding.
Now heading northbound through Mount Green Tunnel.
Anyways, I still got about another 5 miles until the airfield. Ooh! Right in the pylon. Seriously, that guy is definitely dead. Like, if he's not dead from the impact, he's definitely dead from windshield cannonball. Okay. Alright. Oh, these cops. that guy is definitely dead. Okay, yeah, you don't want to stay too long because obviously you get arrested. Rhino incoming, and a miss. Good job. This build isn't actually handling too bad right now.
Copy. Now heading northbound through Marshall Observatory Tunnel. Alright.
Thanks for giving me a push. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. During some of those runners, during runner missions, you guys are definitely going to get to see me thrashing a lot of cops. But for now, I'm just trying to make it.
They're trying to take us out.
And that pileup was bad.
They got loose back in pursuit.
Actually, since this is getting into about the 40-minute mark, I might have to break this up. Like, pretty much, when it gets about the 40-minute mark, I'll pause and resume the stream. And then we'll actually get some races done. Like, essentially, I guess the reason why this took longer than usual, this was all still pretty much the last fringes of the tutorial. Don't worry, there's no more tutorial after this, I swear.
Now heading eastbound, approaching Fortune Valley.
And if I'm wrong,
Copy that.
well then, may these hard-working cops actually arrest me.
Control, we're trying to soften them up a bit.
Yeah, this thing's actually handling pretty good. For being a drift build, this thing is handling great.
Come on, man.
Yeah, those cops, you want to be as rough as possible with them.
Armored unit in position.
They're known as kill switch cops. That cop is dead. I mean, his car flipping over, he is definitely dead.
Control, we're gonna
Yep, there it is. Yep, there it is. Pretty much, when that icon turns red, you are about to lose control of your car. Badly. And yep, the cops are starting to bug off. Pretty much that's how it happens when you get within like a few yards of your target. The cops will automatically bug off. So at this point, it doesn't matter which route I take. So I guess I'll just do some off-roading and get to the airfield, deliver this car, and get to the next part.
They're gone.
Well, that could have been a better finish. I was honestly seeing if I could drift on the inside.
Nice car you found there. That one's a classic.
So, yep, looks like I was right. The Nissan S15 as a drift build. Now, the thing of it is, you can't customize this car. Reason why is because I think something they did recently with the update is that some of the abandoned cars are actually related to the leader street racer of each of the groups. But anyways, now that I've done that, I'm going to go into part 2, so I'll see you all in a bit.